Hi, I'm Michael Killen. Palo Alto is a small city. However, it is a city known around the world, and there's a reason for that. And the reason is that this city has many, many people in it that really make important things happen. And things don't just happen, okay, because you want them to happen. There is a culture that has developed in this city that helps encourage everyone to push the envelope in many, many different ways. The Chamber of Commerce of Palo Alto has an annual event called the Tall Tree Award, and they give this award to businesses, individuals, citizens, organizations, etc., that have done something special for the community. University Art is the most important art store in Palo Alto. It's actually the store I buy all my supplies at. This year, the Chamber of Commerce is giving University Art an award for being a business that has helped the community. I have with me 3 members of the management team. I'm going to ask them a series of questions about what they do, why they're getting the award. Cornelia, how are you?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
Charlie?
Fine, thank
Todd?
you. Michael?
Gee, thanks for being here.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.
I was just wondering, University Art was founded by your mother and aunt
And grandfather.
and grandfather. How come? They have a special interest in retail, special interest in art?
Well, they did. My grandfather painted, and their intention when they moved out west from New York was to have their own business. And they found a business for sale in downtown Palo Alto on University Circle, and that's why it's called University Art Center. And he painted, and they wanted to include art supplies and framing in the business that they bought, which was University Office Supply.
Okay. Charlie Affrunti.
Yes.
Do I have that right?
Yes, Michael.
You work in the store, and one of the things I believe you do, you manage and interface with the other stores in this chain of university art stores. And briefly, would you tell me the cities where you have a store?
Yes. Our main store is Palo Alto, in Palo Alto. We have a store in San Jose, 1 in San Francisco, and we have 2 in Sacramento.
And your job, one of your hats, is to interface with these stores. And do you like managing these stores?
Oh, absolutely. We have great people that manage the stores, and I interact with the managers. And you know, they're long-term employees that they're like family, and we all get along great, and it's a beautiful situation.
All right. Todd, for me, you've always been more of the face of the organization than these other folks, because we've interacted.
Yes.
And I'd just like to ask, you know, I think I approached you about offering some of my paintings to be on display in your store. Possibly that's how it started. It's hard to remember. But I'd like to know, why did you suddenly then reach out to me and cooperate? You know, you and I had never had anything to do with it. I'm just another member of the city.
Well, I think on two levels. Number one, you're an artist in the community. We'd like to get back to that. And actually, when you came in to talk, we had just started an outreach program, and we donated the use of the 4 major walls into the store for artists. And then, of course, your climate change the scenario that you brought in was very interesting to us, and we thought we'd just help with that.
Now, this seems to be, am I correct, in your culture of reaching out to the community, forming partnerships, and helping the community. Is that in your culture?
Very much so.
What was the most important outreach activity that your organization participated in the last year?
Well, in the last year, well, it's actually been more than a year with the Palo Alto Art Center. We participated with their capital campaign. And made a substantial donation to the capital campaign. And we've also done a lot with the Palo Alto Arts Center with some of their programs with Project Look and Cultural Kaleidoscope, and supported the organization because they are such an important regional arts organization within our community.
All right. I was wondering, Charlie, what's Project Look? Is that what you call it?
Project Look,
ahead,
let me answer that one.
please.
Project Look is a program that's been around with the Palo Alto Arts Center Foundation, or Palo Alto Arts Center, for since I believe the 80s. We just celebrated our 30th anniversary. So, so what it does is it brings in students, classes from all over the area, regionally, and they come in. They're led on docent-led tours of the exhibit, and then they get the opportunity to do art that is related to the exhibit program.
Maybe, Todd, I heard the word Kaleidoscope Project. What's that?
Well, you know, actually, Cornelia was involved in that most of the way through.
Maybe you could tell us.
Well, again, thank you.
And maybe you can't.
Actually, I can't. No, like Cornelia said, the students were brought in and they went through the I can't do the word. I'm trying to think. The exhibition, and then they were giving tasks to reproduce some of the art that they just seen. And we helped with the donation to that, and we also helped with paints and supplies for those to the members.
Actually, can I just
Go right
correct
ahead.
that, please?
No, it's okay. But I'd say the important thing is that your organization has a lot of programs in the community to help the community, okay? And, you know, when I walk in the store and when my friends walk in the store, we really feel that you folks are out to reach out and help us. But I'd like to know, how come you folks are like that? What is it in your background that makes you want to reach out and support the community? Cornelia, why is that so with you?
Well, Lori and Ginny, my mother and my aunt, have developed a culture within our organization, and it's a culture that involves community outreach and helping people in need. And from the beginning, they've always been very open, and they've made the University of Art a place for people to come in and feel comfortable and become our friends, and whatever they needed when they needed help, we would be there, or they would be there to help them. And it is just something that they developed as part of the culture, whether it be with our employees or with their customers or with any of the organizations in our communities. And that's what we grew up with, and that's what we try to continue.
So you do it naturally, help the community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Charlie, you're certainly a different human being. What do you think has influenced your life so that you're part of a team that's so community-oriented?
Well, we've been lucky. I mean, and to be part of the community is very important to us. We've actually done an art show that we started 4 years ago now, and it's been very successful. Where people enter their artwork all over the area. We've had shows, and we give cash awards to artists and whatever. And even besides the artists, I brought up that we have also always...
Yeah, but tell me,
yes.
I hate to interrupt.
Yes, go ahead.
What in your background makes you want to help the community? And you got to give me a fast answer. We're running out of time.
Being part of the community is what it's all about, and wherever we can help out,
All right.
that's what we want to do.
Okay, so Cornelia, why do you think the Palo Alto Chamber of Commerce is giving you the award as an outstanding business?
Because We've been in the community and part of the community for over 60 years, and we have probably touched just about everybody who's grown up in this area's lives, and we have been part of the. We try to help the community, whether it be in the arts organization or other.
Good.
That's
What do you think your organization is receiving this award?
Why?
Yeah. What have you done?
As a group, as an organization?
Sure,
Oh,
sure.
I think we've done a lot of small things that have added up over the years, and I think everybody's looking at all those and then giving us something for that. I don't think there's one special thing or one large thing. It's a million things.
Last question, Charlie.
Yes.
Why do you think your organization is getting this award?
I would say it's for just all the years that we have been a part of this, and we our customers, our wonderful people that we've met. It's just been a great scenario.
All three of you have been wonderful. Hi, my guests have been the management team of University Art in Palo Alto, and it's the place I go to get all my paintbrushes and my art. And my guests have been Cornelia Pendleton, Charlie Affrunti, and Todd Ayers. Hi. While my next guest sits down, this is a photo that's part of a 24-foot painting I am making called Sustainability, and this is simply the first, or the far left part of the painting. And shortly I plan to release this painting to the public. 24 feet, the title is Sustainability. My next guest is Jane G. She and her father are receiving an award from the Chamber of Commerce for being outstanding citizens. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you, Michael.
Thank you for coming on this show. And
It's a pleasure.
I'd just like to ask, you've been involved in an organization that helps mothers. Is that correct? And what is that organization?
The organization is called the Mother Symposium, and it started in 1997, and I have a fabulous group of ordinary mothers from the Palo Alto area. They all represent nonprofit organizations, and every year we get together and we host a wonderful half-day event over at Stanford, specifically for mothers. And it is an opportunity for women to come and drop their stresses and their worries and their anxieties at the registration table. Come on in, have wonderful camaraderie with 300 other mothers of all ages, and to sit down and enjoy our keynote speaker and panelists, music, coffee. It's a very, very inspirational and educational morning for mothers to look inward at their role, because being a mom is hard.
Yes. I'd like to ask, I heard the word nonprofits. The women, the mothers that attend all work in nonprofit organizations in basically the Silicon Valley, Palo Alto area?
No, just the committee, the planning committee represent nonprofits. Anybody is welcome to come. We even have dads that come.
Okay.
So, but it's a unique program for mothers to give them validation and to kind of renew themselves from year to year, and to let them know that, or let them realize that they're not alone in their challenges as being a mother, which I think is a very important job, probably the most important.
So you feel mothers tend to be neglected in terms of being acknowledged for the contribution they make in their daily life, and they also have great stresses placed on them. And
Yes, they do. I think a lot of it is we mothers have so many demands on them that we run and run and run every day, and we don't have a chance, we don't take the time to look inward at how we're doing. So this is a chance for moms just to be with other moms and to be inspired and validated, you know, learning that they're not alone in these challenges.
And can you net it down for me? What does a mother get out of attending your symposiums? What's the value?
I think they all walk home renewed and just ready to take on their old and new challenges, because there's just something unique about these programs. We laugh at ourselves, we gain new ideas of tackling different challenges, and it's really important. Joy is one of the most important things about motherhood, and it gets that joy back in their job.
Okay, so having all of these women get together, they get to share.
Mm-hmm.
We
share stories, and there's always a keynote speaker. There's always a different topic each year.
Yes.
So,
what's a typical topic that would be presented at your event?
well, in 2 days we're celebrating our 10th anniversary, and it's about happiness.
Happiness.
Happiness. And if a mother is happy, most likely her kids are going to be happy.
Okay. That's a difficult one, happy.
There are barriers that get in the way, but...
Okay. Now, you've been running this organization for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody, a mother, would like to attend one of your symposiums, how do they find you?
We have a website, and it's www.mothersymposium.org.
Okay.
All the information is right there.
Why do you think the Chamber of Commerce is giving you an award for an outstanding citizen?
Well, this is
Well.
shared with my recently deceased father.
Yes.
And a wonderful, wonderful man. You told me I wasn't going to cry on this. But he spent 55 years here in Palo Alto, just really sowing the seeds of a lot of the generations of Palo Alto through his passions in life. He was very enthusiastic. He was a very positive and helpful person. So he did that for 55 years, and I've been here about 20 years doing my causes, one of them which is the Mother Symposium. And I think that the selection committee just said that they should probably put us together. So I'm very honored to share this with my father.
All right, now, and this is probably the last question, why do you think your father and you invested so much of your energy and lives into, in your case, helping the mothers, in his case, helping youth, coaching basketball, I think, and others? Why, let's do you first, why have you invested so much time in helping the community?
You know what, I like to make positive changes in the community that I grew up here, my kids are growing up here. It's important for me to contribute in ways that I like.
But why?
I enjoy it.
Okay, that's good.
I absolutely enjoy, and you build lasting relationships with other people that you work with.
Wonderful. And why did your father invest so much?
He was very much a people person. He loved helping our youth and letting them grow and develop, in his case, on a baseball field. And he also had a very successful real estate business, and I worked with him for 12 years. And I just think that we're both people.
You were wonderful. Hi, my guest was Jane G. And I'm going to have one more guest, one more person who has been, is being given the Tall Tree Award, which is one of the most important awards you can get if you live in the Palo Alto area. And I want to say, they have not offered me the award yet. My guest is Leif Erickson. Leif, how are you today?
I'm doing well, Michael. Thank you.
Okay. And you head an organization. And what is that organization?
The organization is Youth Community Service.
Youth Community Service. And it's based in Palo Alto?
Palo Alto and East Palo Alto.
And I want to ask, how long have you been the executive director?
I've been with the organization for 7 years, and a little bit earlier as a parent volunteer.
And could you tell me the 2 or 3 most important whatever you give to the community? What is it?
So the youth really learn ethic of service, and they learn that by doing. So that's one. And another one is the way from our founding 20 years ago, we were founded to bring together the communities of Palo Alto and East Palo Alto through youth service. And so that continues today, and we also work with young people in Redwood City and Los Altos, Menlo Park, Atherton.
Is there a third?
I think that the third would be the life skills that the young people gain through the classes that we teach in the schools.
Okay. So, give me one life skill that they might learn.
So a life skill would be teamwork. And that's the youth learn that we all need to work together, that one person can't do things alone, and that to value people who are different than themselves. And those are things that we need as a community to get stronger.
Okay. The first item that you said that your organization does, it's the ethic of service. What in the world is the ethic of service? Is that working in a McDonald's and serving fast food? What are you saying?
I think ethic of service is about giving of yourself and receiving. So there's a reciprocity, there's a mutuality, mutually respectful kind of relationship that's established when you're serving, when you're working with seniors in a senior center like Stevenson House or Lytton Gardens, or working with young children in Creative Montessori or Palo Alto Community Child Care, or doing environmental work in the foothills or the Baylands. You're understanding that you can make a difference in the community. You, as an individual 12-year-old child, can have an impact, and that's empowering, and it gives you a sense of your role in a community, which is really grounding, especially as kids are headed to high school with all of the stresses that they face today with that kind of situation.
Okay, so children grow up all over the place, and some of them come in contact with your organization, and those children then are exposed to the importance of doing things not just for their own economic or other advantage, but for other people. Would that be correct?
Yeah, Silicon Valley has a very strong ethic of success, and that's great, and we need to balance that with an ethic of service, and I think that's what these young people are growing up with, that kind of a culture.
So this is something that helps develop the new leaders here, many of which may stay here. I mean, this is a wonderful area,
yeah.
And that further, when they stay here, they help enrich the community.
Yeah, because this is our 20th anniversary, we're trying to track down many of our alumni who are now in their early 30s, the oldest ones, and it's fascinating to discover the things that they're doing now. We have one young woman who is working in banking, but she's working in banking by doing microloans in China and Africa. So that's just an example of kind of a transformed ethic of service in these professions.
Okay. And, so you helped a few hundred children become more concerned with service or life skills. So you helped just a few kids. Is that what it is?
Well, it's not just about the young people. It's about the intergenerations. The seniors are working with us, and the communities are crossing boundaries to work together too.
How many kids have you helped?
17,000 is the number that we think. Yeah.
So it's not a few kids.
It's more than that. Yeah.
God, it's a whole community.
This is a community that cares about service, and we are just one example that reflects that.
You know, I have had a chance to talk to our present mayor, Sid, and he's all about service. And then there's Pat Burt, our former mayor, and I had a chance one day to ask him why is he so involved in all the activities for the community. And he says, from a little boy, I wanted to serve the community. Now, what do you think your organization, or your organization is being given the Tall Tree Award?
I think it's for 20 years of helping young people move into, follow the footsteps of adult leaders, service leaders in our community. And I think it's for the work we've done in bridging the generations and bridging the communities and helping us all appreciate each other, learn from each other.
Okay, I'll go back to the communities for a moment. So one mission of your organization is to help develop partnerships, relationships between Palo Alto and East Palo Alto. That's right?
Right, right.
Okay. And now I'd like to ask, you're the executive director, and I know you have a background in advertising, in marketing, and maybe in some other areas, so you have a lot of opportunities. Why are you an executive director of this nonprofit designed to basically instill in youth and other folks the importance of serving the community? Why?
I think I got here by listening to our sons and paying attention to what they appreciated, enjoyed, and what helped them thrive, which was building these relationships through serving in different ways. And appreciating that each one of them is different, just like the youth in our programs. Each one is different. And it's about helping them discover what it is that they want to do with their lives.
So your sons inspired you, and you could see how some kind of exposure that they had helped them, and that led Papa to do what he does.
That's right. That's right.
Leif, you've been a wonderful guest. Hi, I'm Michael Killen, and my guest was Leif Erickson. And we have another